Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bigfork Valkyrie basketball here in Troy, Montana. Take on the Troy Lady Trojans. Yeah, Valkyries run a little bit behind with JV. A little bit late today, but they're here, and we're getting ready for the Valkyries taking on the Lady Trojans here. Conference play. 4 games left on the schedule to wrap up the regular season for the Valkyries. Before a district tournament, which will be the 17th through the 19th, and the Vikes and Vals will host that right at Bigfork High School. So you're going to want to come and see all that action right at Bigfork High School, featuring the high school. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals here from Troy, Montana. I had a chance to sit down and talk with the head coach of the Valkyries. Pre-game, Courtney Gunlock talking to me, and bring that up and see what she had to say here. Well, good evening and welcome to Troy, Montana. Conference action for the Bigfork Valkyries tonight. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and Vals, pregame with head coach Courtney Gunlock as the Valkyries get ready to take on the Troy Lady Trojans. Before we talk about that game, talk about last week and what we were able to do Saturday, taking care of Loyola and beating them by 15. I know we talked about that halftime of the boys' game that day, but what you got out of that, playing a very good Loyola team who also ended up losing to Eureka, I think by 1 the other day. So talk about that before divisionals and what you got out of that game against Loyola, which really made you work, actually.
Yeah, no, we were down 15-4 in the first quarter, and I think that was one of the first times that we found ourselves in that situation, and so it was good to see that our girls fought back. They didn't panic. They stayed as a team. We were able to battle back and get ahead by the end of the first quarter. That was a hard-fought game, and that team's very fast and physical, so that was a really good win and growth for us.
Well, that means you've taken care. The only team out of the 2 teams you haven't faced in district out of 6B is Arlee and then Anaconda, who might be another test there. But I think Loyola beat them, so you never know coming to divisionals. But we got to get through conference play. You got 4 games left on the schedule. You know, today's game and Saturday against, I would say, not as talented teams in Troy and Plains. And then you had a big test, an A school, coming up against Polson, at home. That'll be nice to be at home. And then we wrap up the regular season and senior night, taking on Thompson Falls. So that should be a lot of fun. How are the girls doing? I know today we talked about this, and we mentioned this before. Ava really wanted to play Saturday against Loyola, and she was, a difference maker. She struggled a little bit, you could tell, with the wrist, but how is she today, and will she play today?
Ava really persevered last Saturday. I was super proud for a freshman to suck it up and be in some pain, but play to get a good team win. She's actually taken the week off. That was discussed immediately after the Loyola game. We knew that we probably would be okay without her this week, and we definitely want her to get healthy going into districts and hopefully by next week.
So you're looking to, against Troy and Plains, you shouldn't really need her. Some other kids can step up and get some playing time as well. It's kind of like when Emma was out. So like watching her play, but, I think it's better for you guys as a team that she gets healthy, especially going to districts for seeding and then in divisionals and beyond that. So will she decide next week about Polson then?
We'll make that decision next week. I honestly told her the goal is to be back by a senior night, T-Falls. So we'll just kind of monitor and see, and see where she is next week.
Well, that'd be kind of nice, though, give her a break and rest, because that game against Polson means nothing. A school, it's not a conference game. You really want it for Thompson Falls to wrap up the regular season and go as the number 1 seed into districts. Although the top 2 teams do get buys, still you want the number 1 seed. And overall, I know what you want there, and we want that for you as well. So that'd be good for her to heal up and then be full 100% for going in districts, which we host, and then go also into divisionals, which will be in Ronan. So talk about Troy, the Lady Trojans. They haven't won a game. They struggle. You guys pretty much handled them at home last time. And you guys, you're 7-1 in conference, 13-1 overall with 4 games to go. Talk about what you're going to plan on doing today to work on as a team to get better, even with missing Ava.
Yeah, we're going to keep working on our team chemistry. Our goal is to block out very well tonight. I don't want them to have any offensive boards. I think that's one of the things we've struggled with and have been inconsistent with is our blocking out. And we definitely need to get better at that with some of the teams we're going to be playing coming forward. So that's one of our big focuses. And then hopefully to get some of the ones more experienced tonight. Get out, get a good lead. What I don't want to do is come out slow and sluggish. We need to keep our intensity up.
So can I ask you now, or I have to find out later, who's going to start in Ava's place?
Callie Martins.
I had an inkling that was going to be it. Callie does a nice job off the bench. She's really dangerous in that 10, 12-foot range around the basket. Really sinks a lot. And being a senior is a smart ball player for you as well. And she's really grown over the years, not only in size but her ability and a smart player for you guys as well. Does a good job rebounding, passing the ball, and can shoot as well. So that'd be good. And then you obviously have Gumball coming off the bench. Jort, Kenny, Wade, Annika, and then Hannah Ayers as well. And am I missing somebody else? Are you bringing somebody else up with that spot with Ava not playing?
We're not. We're going to stay with our 12 right now consistently.
Well, that'll be good. That way you guys can get some kids some extra playing time. Well, you got Zoe as well. Zoe can, I forgot, yep, I look at my sheet here, and Zoe Albert could really shoot it from the outside from the three-point range, so maybe she'll get some looks tonight as well. Yeah, no, I want to get all those players in there playing a significant amount of time tonight. So, and I want to see them produce well and work hard for me. Well, also that'll give some of your starters a little bit of a rest too, and be rested up for next week, and then obviously senior night against Thompson Falls. So I'm really looking forward to today's ball game as always. You guys are fun to watch. I know it's a little more of a challenge as a coach, playing against a team that is not as talented, but you got to play your game at your level, not down to their level. So keep pushing it. Yeah, no, that is probably the biggest challenge tonight, and I think we'll come out hard and strong. So, well, the boys JV getting ready to play, and then you guys will play after. So, looking forward to tonight's ball game, another conference game, and then we'll be at home on Saturday, a shortened day. No girls JV, just boys JV, boys varsity, girls varsity, and senior night for swim, speech and debate, and one other, and I can't think of it. Cheer on Saturday, and then we'll do senior night with the girls, all the seniors coming up the following Saturday against Thompson Falls. So I'm looking forward to the game, and thanks for joining me on pregame as always, and let's go Vols. Let's go Vols. I'm thinking, I sometimes do that, sorry. No, thanks, James. We appreciate you every time you do this for us, and go Vols. All right, the head coach, Courtney Gunlock, joining me on the pregame here in Troy, Montana. Earlier this afternoon, boys JV, I'll get those. And pregame brought to you by Hanson Excavating. Demolition and site preparation, excavating and grading in business for 30 years. Fred Hanson at 837-1051 or hansonexcavating.com. James LaFontaine with you. Glad to be here in Troy to bring you the game for those of you that can't make it here. Although my voice is still recovering, I apologize if I cough, but trying to get over this and get all ready to go for the last home games, and then coming up with district with 14 games at home in the district tournament and going into postseason. So thanks to Hanson Excavating for sponsoring Bigfork Valkyrie and Vikings athletics and basketball here. Let's take a look at the starting lineups, and starting lineups are brought to you by Averill's Flathead Lake Lodge, where they proudly supported Bigfork athletics since 1945. Chase Averill, Doug and Maureen and the folks down there, Dax Van Vossen, who's got them to sponsor this, and they're always taking care and sponsor Bigfork Athletics, and we appreciate their support. First of all, look at the starting lineup for the Lady Trojans. A 5'2" junior, number 3, Isabel Tunison. At 5'7", a junior, number 4, Elaine Folkerts. 5'3", junior, number 11, Anna Pallister. At 5 foot even, junior, number 14, Adriana Borgman. And then finally a 5'4", junior, number 35, J. Lee Lighty. Not one senior on the team for the Lady Trojans, so they can build for the future. The head coach for the Lady Trojans, Cynthia Frankie, and assisted by Luke Haggerty. And let's take a look at the Valkyries. So a little change in lineup tonight, as we talked about pregame. Ava Davey will not be playing tonight, so she can heal up that wrist and get ready for at least next Saturday against Thompson Falls, and maybe against Polson at home, but definitely against Thompson Falls, and give it that week or so off and get it all healed up for the postseason, which is going to be the push for the Valkyries this year. So a senior guard at 5'8", number 11, Emma Barrett, captain. At 5'10", junior forward, number 14, Madison Chapius. That freshman, not 5'11", guard forward, number 21, Brayden Gunlock. In the middle, the post, a 5'11", junior, number 22, Scout Nadeau. And then getting the start, the other one is senior guard, 5'8", number 30, Callie Martins, for head coach Courtney Rogers. This is by Jasper Torres, Brandy Couture, and Paula Sullivan. Your starting lineups for tonight's ball game. We got about 3 minutes till we tip off, and of course we have to do all the pregame stuff. That includes the anthem, and then introductions here in Troy, Montana. 406-270-7384. Text me, let me know that you're listening out there, or you can say something on the screen there under BFST events, and I will get that as well. So I'll be back with more of the pregame before we get ready to tip off here in Troy, Montana. It is the Bigfork Valkyries taking on the Lady Trojans of Troy High School from Troy, Montana. All right, welcome back to Troy, Montana. The Valkyries getting ready to take on the Lady Trojans. And we'll get ready with the national anthem. The Troy High School Band will perform the anthem. We'll be quiet and listen to them. Let you listen in as well. Well, the Troy High School pep band here playing the national anthem.
Before we get started with the lineups, we are going to announce our Lady Trojan Athlete of the Week, Miss Brooklyn Reed. Brooklyn is our Athlete of the Week. She is one of our 8th graders who has stepped up to the high school level and has made tremendous improvement this season. She is not afraid to get out there and play aggressive defense. We love you, Brooklyn. Way to go.
Excuse me. So Troy announcing their Athlete of the Week and their Cheerleader of the Week here before we get starting lineups and get underway here from
And now for the lineup for the Bigfork Valkyries. She is a senior wearing jersey number 11, Anna Berry. She is a junior wearing jersey number 14, Madison Shaker. She is a freshman wearing jersey number 21, Brayden Gunlock.
so the Valkyries being introduced.
She is a junior wearing jersey number 22, Skyline. She is a senior wearing jersey number 30, Callie Martin.
So Callie getting the start with Ava on the bench with the injury and healing up so she can be ready for next week. Introducing the Lady Trojans. Folkerts, the guard. Yeah, the Valkyries really height-wise and above and beyond what Troy, the Lady Trojans, have. I think their tallest player for the Lady Trojans is 5'9". And the Valkyries have a couple at 5'11", 5'10", 5'11", 5'11", starting today, 5'8", and 5'8". So definitely have the height advantage and the skill advantage to the Valkyries on the Lady Trojans. So And the Valkyries handle them easily at home earlier. So this will wrap up. Valkyries have 4 games left. This one today, then they play Plains on Saturday, then Polson at home, and then Thompson Falls to wrap up the regular season on Saturday the 12th and senior night, both the 5th and 12th. The 5th, it'll be senior night for speech and debate, cheer, as well as swim. And then on the 12th, it'll be basketball senior night. So Gunlock in their powder blues jumping up out to Martins on the left side. Troy in their white with their burgundy numbers. Valkyries powder blues and white numbers. In the corner, Gunlock with a three-point shotter on the way from the left corner. Gunlock nails the first 3, and the Valkyries quickly up 3-0 here. And tip-off brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. Quickly up, Tunison. She'll get it to Borgman. Back to Tunison, right wing. Throws it over to the left side to Leidy. Leidy with the basketball on the left wing. Cross court to Tunison, knocked away by Barrett. And on the sideline, Gunlock can't quite corral it, and it will be Troy basketball as it hits the sideline after Barrett knocked it away. So Borgman will bring it up across the timeline, looking 2-3 zone by the Valkyries. Tunison, Borgman underneath, out to Leidy. Tunison top of the key, underneath. She'll get it to number 4, Folkerts. Stole away to Gunlock. In the path, takes it all the way coast to coast, lays it out the backboard, and good for 2. A shout out to Megan Barrett. Let's go Vows listening out there as well. And a good start for Bigfork, 5-0. Barrett knocks it away out of bounds on the pass intended on the far side for Pallister. And checking in the ball game, it'll be Fisher, Autumn Fisher for Troy. Early with 6:41 to go. And Pallister to inbound. Gets it into Folkerts. Folkerts trapped in the corner. Stolen away by Gunlock. And held ball. It will be the Lady Trojans basketball as Bigfork won the tip. And Pallister to inbound. She'll get it to Folkerts. Tunison. Tunison will get over to Borgman. Back to Tunison. Stolen away as Madison Chapia steps in front of it. Pass intended. Underneath, feeds Gunlock. Left hand off the backboard and good by Brayden Gunlock. Nice pass there by Madison Chapias from the right side. 7-0, 6:15 to go on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard in the first quarter. Tunison knocked away by Gunlock. Back from Martins, and Gunlock with the left hand takes it all the way to the basket and scores 2. And Tunison will bring it across the timeline. Martins guarding her out there. Over to Pallister in the corner. Trapped by Bigfork is Pallister, and she loses it out of bounds. Turnover to the Valkyries. That'll bring number 15, Leslie Gravier, in for the Lady Trojans. 5:50 to go, 9-0 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Barrett at the top of the key with the basketball. Over to left wing. Back to Barrett. Martins, right wing. Barrett, top of the key. Gives it up to Gunlock. Gunlock feeds Martins. Martins off the glass. Scores it. Callie Martins with 2 off the backboard. 5:27 to go. 11-0 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. And Gravier will give it over. Throwing it away is Troy. Intended there for Pallister in the corner. And Bigfork with the basketball. Barrett will get it into Gunlock. Back to Barrett. Barrett with a across the timeline. Top of the key. Barrett underneath feeds Chapias. Chapias out to Martins. Left side. Barrett top of the key. Over to Gunlock. Gunlock left wing. Feeds it under to Chapias. Up and under. Martins off the glass. No good, but right there is Gunlock. Gunlock picks up the rebound. Feeds it over to Nadeau. Nadeau spin move. Off the glass. No good. And Gunlock right there gets the rebound out to Nadeau. Left wing, Barrett, three-point shot on the way, nothing but the bottom of the net. Emma Barrett from three-point range. And the Valkyries up 14-0 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Folkerts will give it over. Stolen away by Barrett. Barrett's going to go coast to coast. Up off the glass for 2. Emma Barrett on the steal. Jumps in front of the passing lane, anticipating that. And to get across Gravier. Nadeau comes up with it to Gunlock. Gunlock on the breakaway. Left hand off the glass is good by Brayden Gunlock. And the Trojans will take a timeout. 4:14 to go here in the first quarter, and the Valkyries already up 18-0 on your Flyhead Lake Lodge scoreboard. And a shout out to Jack and Donna Gannier rooting for the Vals from Bigfork. And I'll take a short break, 30-second timeout. Excuse me, I'll stay right here. And I'll turn off the mic while I cough a little bit. And Val's up, out early. Defense, like Coach says, got to play their game, right? You got to get ready for no offensive rebounds is their goal for Troy today, and really pushing it up. And Gravier will try to get across the timeline. Martin's guarding her. Man-to-man defense by Fork out to Tunison, guarded by Barrett out near the half court. Tunison looking underneath. Give it up to Gravier. Gravier top of the key, guarded by Martins. Crossover. Gravier nearly stolen by Martins. Up underneath. And off the leg of Fisher. She can't handle the pass. It'll be Bigfork basketball with 3:51 to go. Chapius into Gunlock. Gunlock will give it over to Martins. Martins across the timeline. And Callie will set it up over right wing. Gunlock right side. Up, off. Driving baseline off the glass is Nadeau. She gets fouled. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2. As the personal is on number 11, Anna Pallister. Her first team foul. First shot up and no good. In and out by Nadeau. And Jort will come in the ball game for Callie Martins. Second shot is up and good by Nadeau with 3:39 to go. The Val's up 19-0 already. And Tunison with the basketball. Out near half court, guarded by Barrett. Barrett over to the right side. It'll be Pallister to Folkerts. Folkerts knocked away and out of bounds by Gunlock. It'll be Folkerts to inbound here on the near side for Troy. Throws it. Tunison, guarded by Barrett. Throws it up. Blocked there by... And a nice block there by Nadeau. It'll remain Troy basketball with 3:17 to go. Inbound right there, wide open underneath. Misses a layup is Gravier, and Chapius comes up with a rebound. So give it up to Gunlock. Gunlock quickly up. Barrett, baseline, jump off the backboard. No good, knocked away by Troy. And off a Bigfork. Barrett, as she hits the underside of the basket. And Troy basketball. Tunison will get it into Gravier. Gravier over to Tunison. Out near half court on the right side. Barrett to guard it right there. Throws it way over and out of bounds. Over the head of Folkerts does Tunison. It'll be Gunlock inbounding to Jort. Ellie Jort will bring it across the timeline for Bigfork. Gives it up to Gunlock. Gunlock right wing out to Jort. Jort kicks it over. Barrett, 3-point shot on the way. A little bit strong. And right there is Gunlock to save it. Backdoor to Barrett. Barrett off the glass. No good. But she'll go to the free throw line, I believe, as she got fouled. Fouls on number 11, Anna Pallister. And that foul was actually called on the floor. So Pallister's second team foul on the Lady Trojans. Jort inbound to Barrett. Gunlock, left wing, finds Chapius underneath. Chapius looking, finds Nadeau. Nadeau going to shoot it off the glass. And hits the rim and drops for 2 for Scout Nadeau. 2:21. Tunison gets it from Gravier. And Tunison in the front court, guarded by Barrett, out near half court. Lady Trojans. Screen set by Folkerts on Barrett. Back out to Gravier. To Leidy. Leidy on the left wing. Tipped away by Chapius, and then Barrett comes up with a loose ball for the Valkyries. Under 2 minutes to go. 21-0 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Jort, cross side. Brayden Gunlock, 3-point shot off, and rebounded there by Tunison for Troy. Quickly across the timeline goes Tunison. Stolen away by Barrett. Nadeau comes up, but it's going to feed it back to Barrett. Barrett looking to save it. Throws it up. Jort with the basketball. Looking to go baseline, back out to Barrett. Barrett, 3-point shot from the right wing, in and out. But Chapius right there with the rebound. Nadeau. She'll feed it out to Barrett. Barrett top of the key for the Valkyries. 1:20 to go. Over to Jort. Jort on the right wing. Back out to Barrett, top of the key. Gunlock, left wing. Gunlock will give it out to Barrett. Back to Gunlock from Barrett underneath the Chapius. Chapius looking to drive. Puts it on the floor. And loses it to Tunison. Tunison with the basketball for the Lady Trojans. Tunison over. Nearly stolen by Jort. Right there goes Gravier, taken away by Nadeau. Nadeau quickly up to Barrett. Barrett tips it to herself over Tunison and scores. Does Emma Barrett. 40 seconds to go. 23-0 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Gravier. Jort guarding her, top of the key. In the corner, stolen away by Barrett. Barrett's going to go all the way, coast to coast, left-handed, off the glass for two by Emma Barrett. With 23 seconds to go. 25-0 the Valkyries lead on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Gravier for Troy will give it up to Folkerts. Folkerts will hand it off to Tunison. Tunison stolen away by Barrett. No, the whistle blows. And it'll be the first personal on Emma Barrett and the first team foul on the Valkyries. And number 14, Borgman. Adriana Borgman back in for Troy. And Troy will inbound. Leidy. And Brayden Gunlock takes it away, feeds it up to Barrett. Off the glass for two. Inbounding Leidy will get it up to Tunison. And the buzzer will go off. That's the end of the first quarter. The Valkyries lead 27-0 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard after one here in Troy, Montana. I'll be back with the second quarter here momentarily as the Valkyries lead 27-0 on the Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. All right, welcome back to Troy, Montana. Valkyries up after one, 27-0, and they'll get the basketball to start quarter number two here in conference play against the Lady Trojans of Troy. Inbound, Martins, Alberts, Gambala, Ayers, and Ranson in the ball game. So Martins top of the key. Ranson, Ayers. Feeds it down to Gambala. Gambala left-handed shot. Oh, in and out, but right there is Zoe Albert. Zoe Albert puts it up back and scores for the Valkyries. So only one starter, Martins, in the ball game for Bigfork. In the corner, Folkerts out to Tunison. Tunison looking to drive, kicks it out. Over to Pallister, back to Folkerts. Shot by Folkerts on the way and drops it for two. So the first 2 points for the Lady Trojans scored by Elaine Folkerts. Martins, top of the key. Gives it up over to Ranson. Over the right side, Zoe Albert. Zoe Albert back over to Ranson. Ranson looking to drive. Feeds it out to Gambala. Back to Ranson. Ranson baseline jumper is good from about 12 feet. Nice shot there by Annika Ranson. And the Valkyries up 31-2, 6:43 to go here on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Tunison underneath to Fisher. back to Tunison. Over to Borgman. Oh, Pallister with the basketball. Stolen away by Zoe Albert. Albert looking to drive. Knocked away by Tunison out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball with 6:28 to go here in the first quarter. Or check the second quarter here from Troy. Martins to inbound. Gives it to Ranson. Too far. And running it down is Tunison. And she can't quite handle it off her knee. And out of bounds as two Valkyries try to chase it down with her. So Gambata will inbound to Martins for the Valkyries. And Callie will bring it across the timeline. Top of the key, over to Ranson. Back to Martins. Top of the key, over the right side to Alberts. Back to Martins, Gambala. Martins, Ranson, baseline. Martins puts up the shot inside the free throw line, and good from the left wing. And the Valkyries up 33-2 with 5:55 to go till halftime. On the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Gives it up. Fisher. Stolen away. Martins with the basketball looking to drive. Got Tunison right there off the glass. And Callie going to be called for the player control foul. That is the first personal on Martins and the second team foul. And number 15, Leslie Gravier coming in the ball game for Troy. Coming in for Bigfork, number 32, Kenny Wade for the Valkyries. In the corner, gives it up to Pallister. Pallister on the right wing will give it up underneath. Fisher. Back out to Borgman. Borgman looking to drive, gives it up to Fisher. And Gambala is going to get called for the reach-in. And that'll be the first person on Callie Gambala. Third team foul on the Valkyries with 5:22 to go. In the corner, nearly stolen away. Folkerts. Cross court to Gravier. Gravier looking to drive. Puts it up underneath. Folkerts throws it up. Right there is Ayers with the rebound for Bigfork. And she'll bring it across the timeline. She'll give it over to Albert. Albert, top of the key for Bigfork. Over to Wade, top of the key. Albert. Ayers, right wing, baseline. Ranson, back out to Albert. Far side, Air, a three-point shot from the right wing, off the rim, and no good. And looking to run it down. And a nice hustle there by Hannah Ayers as she knocks it off the Lady Trojans player out of bounds. It'll remain Bigfork basketball. She'll inbound it. Three-point shot on the way. From the right corner is Zoe Albert as she inbounded and got it right back and drains the three. So the Valkyries up 36-2 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Ayers with a steal. Pass. Quickly up to Ranson. Ranson top of the key. Looking over to Zoe Albert. Back to Ranson. Wade left side. Back to Ranson. Over to Zoe Albert on the right side. Far side. Kenny Wade. Wade gives it to Ranson. Top of the key. Gambala. Baseline to Ayers. Ayers kicking it out to Zoe Albert. Yeah, knocked away and out of bounds by Gravier for Troy. Bigfork basketball. In quickly. Zoe Albert gets it back from Ranson. Back to Ranson, right wing. Feeds it underneath to Gambala. Gambala left-handed shot off the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Fisher for Troy. Under 4 minutes to go to halftime. And Gravier across the timeline for Bigfork. She'll give it up to Borgman. Borgman looking to drive right side. Kicks it up underneath. And Bigfork knocks it out of bounds. That looked like Ranson put her hands up on the pass intended to the far side. Borgman inbounds to Folkerts. Far side finds Gravier. Gravier off the glass, scores two. And it looked like Zoe Albert got smacked in the face. And Jort will have to come in for her. So officials whistle timeout. And Zoe Albert will come out of the ball game for Bigfork. And Jort back in for the Valkyries with 3:41 to go. 36-4 on the Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Jort with the basketball for Bigfork. We'll give it over to Ranson. Ranson left wing back out to Jort. Looking, Wade, right wing. Wade, Jort, top of the key. Ranson, back to Jort. Jort looking, drives right side to Wade. Back to Jort, top of the key. Ranson, left side. Jort, top of the key, looking underneath for Gambala. Way right wing, three-point shot on the way. No good. Gravier with the rebound, quickly up for Troy. And Jort going to get called for the foul. And that'll be the 14th foul on Bigfork and the first personal on Jort. So looks like Nadeau, Chapius, Gunlock, Barrett, and Jort in the ball game now for Bigfork. Tunison, Folkerts, Leidy, inbounding. Barrett steals it on the inbound pass. Quickly up, got Jort on the run. Jort up off the glass. Oh, gets her own rebound. As she shoots it short, looks like it'll foul be called on the rebound, and she'll get underneath. That foul's on number 1, Fisher, her third team foul. Jort inbound. Gunlock, right corner, drains the three by Brayden Gunlock. And the Valkyries up 39-4 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. So Gravier, Tunison, Leidy, Pallister in the ball game. And Gravier and Fisher for Troy. Jort, Barrett right wing. Gunlock, left wing, three-point shot off the rim, no good. Right there is Nadeau. Nadeau puts it up short. And the rebound there brought down by Pallister for Troy. She'll give it up to Gravier. Gravier, 2:20 to go here till halftime. Hanson Excavating scoreboard. The Valkyries lead 39-4. Leidy. Tunison blocked by Barrett, the top of the key. And Tunison travels for Troy, and a turnover to Bigfork. So Barrett the inbound to Jort in the backcourt, and Jort will bring it across the timeline. Gunlock, left wing. Jort feeds it out. Three-point shot from the right wing by Barrett, in and out, but right there is Gunlock. Gunlock off the glass with the left hand for two by Brayden Gunlock. 41-4, 1:49 to go. Hanson Excavating scoreboard. The Valkyries up by 37. Tunison will give it over to Borgman. Borgman right wing. Nadeau with the steal for the Valkyries, driving it all the way up off the glass. Misses it, but right there is Barrett grabbing the rebound. She'll give it to Chapius. Chapius. Gunlock. A little strong on her baseline shot. And stolen away by Chapius. And Barrett will go up. No basket by Barrett as Chapius got fouled. It'll be Bigfork basketball underneath. And number 4, Folkerts. Elaine Folkerts back in for Troy. That's the third personal on Pallister. 14 foul. Gunlock, three-point shot is good from the left corner. And I think that's 4 in the first half by her. I'll check the stats at halftime. And the Valkyries up by 40, 44-4. Folkerts gets the ball from Tunison. Out top, looking, throws it over, and loose ball. Gunlock gets it from Nadeau. 55 seconds to go. Jort over the corner. Barrett, right wing. Back out to Gunlock. Gunlock, top of the key. Over to Barrett. Barrett steps back. Three-point shot on the way by Barrett. Off the rim, no good. Right there is Chapius to grab the rebound for Bigfork. Drives in, looks underneath. Oh! Had Gunlock cutting baseline and a little bit strong on the pass over the outstretched hands of Brayden Gunlock. Tunison will bring it across into the front court for Troy. Over to Borgman. Nadeau steals the pass quickly up to Barrett. Barrett looking. Tunison off the glass, no good, but Jort right there with the rebound. Cleans it up, puts it back up, and good by Ellie Jort. And Tunison to inbound. Throws it quickly up to Pallister. Back to Borgman. Back to Tunison. Tunison top of the key. Under 3 seconds to go. Quickly. Folkerts throws it up at the buzzer. No good. So 1 half complete here in Troy, Montana. The Valkyries lead 46-4. On your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard, for all your grocery needs, including Amazing Bakery and Deli, 8111 Highway 35 in Bigfork, 837-5010. Bigfork Harvest Foods, proud sponsor of Valkyrie and Viking Athletics. I'll be back with your halftime stats here from Troy, Montana. Ava's grandparents listening out there from South Carolina. And thank you for listening, even though the Ava's not playing tonight. Hope she gets healed up and be better. I'll be back with your halftime stats here from Troy, Montana. All right, welcome back to Troy, Montana. Valkyries lead at halftime 46-4. And halftime brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. What's keeping you from getting fit? Discount on guest passes, personal training, Pilates, 850 Holt Drive in Bigfork, 837-2582. Contact them. Ava's mom, Amanda, listening out there. Go Valkyries, even though Ava's not playing tonight. Cheering on the team. And we know that we'll have Ava back after she gets healed up. Let's take a look at your halftime stats. And I'll give it to you for Troy first. Folkerts with 2 and Lester Gravier for 2. Valkyries held them to 0 points in the first quarter and 4 in the second overall. Taking a look at the Valkyries. Jort with 2.
11 by Barrett in the first quarter, and none in the second. Zoe Albert with 5. Nadeau with 3. 4 for Callie Martins. 2 for Annika Ranson. And taking a look, 11 by Gunlock in the first. And 8 in the second for 19 overall. Leading the way for Bigfork. So a big first quarter, 27 for Bigfork, 19 in the second, and 46 at halftime. So they reached the 40-point margin. That means the clock will be running in the second half here. And about 10 minutes late starting. That's not too bad here. Earlier action, I'll get those for you as well. In both girls JV, they won in shortened quarters. They played 4-minute quarters. They won 28-7, and the boys JV 72-15. Full game before the Valkyries took the floor in varsity action. So that is earlier scoring, and we'll have the Vikings after this in this doubleheader, and then coming up on Saturday we'll be at home. 12:30 is boys JV, followed by about 2 o'clock will be boys varsity, and then in between boys varsity and girls varsity, we'll honor our cheer, speech and debate, and swim team seniors, and then we'll have the girls Valkyries taking on the Plains Trotters coming up on Saturday at home. Next week, and wrapping up the regular season, the Valkyries will be at home taking on the Polson Lady Pirates. Freshman JV and varsity, so 4 o'clock. I believe it's 4:15 maybe. Well, let's go 4 o'clock, 5:30, and 7 o'clock about coming up on Tuesday. And then a big senior day is 5 games, I believe. 6 games. It gets underway at 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday the 12th. It is both the Valkyries and Vikings in action on senior night for the Vikings and Valkyries basketball on Saturday the 12th as they take on the Blue Hawks and Lady Hawks of Thompson Falls. We'll have those games at home. That'll wrap up the regular season. Then the following 17th through the 19th, we'll talk about what time each team plays as the regular season wraps up in district tournament as the Vikings and Valkyries host the district tournament from Bigfork High School. I'll be back with the second half here from Troy, Montana, as the Valkyries lead at halftime 46-4 on the Montana Athletic Club scoreboard.
Well, welcome back to Troy, Montana. Valkyries lead 46-4. We'll get ready to start the second half, and it's Troy basketball to start the second half. Looks like the same starters for both. So Barrett, Martins, Nadeau, Gunlock, and Chapius for the Valkyries. Gunlock steals it away, puts it off the glass good with the left hand, and scores 2. And Gunlock up to 21. So Tunison and Borgman. Gunlock with another steal. Going to feed Martins this time off the glass. Knocked away by Tunison. So Tunison and coming in as Gravier. Folkerts along with Leidy. Underneath Chapius. Shoots it up off the glass, no good. Rebounded there by Folkers. We'll get it out to Gravier. Gravier up the time. Over the corner to Leidy. Leidy looking on the left wing. He's trying to get it to Tunison. Tunison guarded by Barrett out near half court. Top of the key, Tunison looking. Trying to get it to Gravier, and she does. Guarded by Martins is Gravier. Feeds it underneath to Fisher, who started the second half. Stolen away by Chapius. Chapius looking to drive. Feeds Barrett. Barrett knocked away by Tunison. Tunison with the steal for Troy. And she quickly up. Tunison up the court. Gunlock right there. Blocks the shot. Chapius comes up with it. And a foul called on Tunison as Chapius wrestles it away from her. Gunlock to inbound to Martins. So a running clock for the second half. Martins will give it over to Gunlock. Left wing, Barrett. Martins back to Barrett. Chapius looking underneath. Barrett. Barrett looking to drive out to Chapius. Free throw line. Chapius will kick it out to Barrett. Barrett. Left corner off the rim. No good. And Nadeau and Gunlock fighting for it. Lose it out of bounds. It'll be Troy basketball. With 5:35 to go, 48-4, the Valkyries lead. And Gravier, Tunison, will feed it out to Folkerts. Folkerts guarded by Gunlock, driving the right side. Folkerts trying to get it out. Feeds it underneath and blocked by Barrett on the shot by Fisher. Barrett feeds up Martins. Martins off the glass for 2. Callie Martins on a nice feed from Gunlock. And Gravier will get over to Tunison. Tunison left side. Knocked away by Gunlock, but Folkers comes up with a Barrett. Runs in the passing lane, steals it off the glass, scores 2, and should go to the free throw line. And that foul will be called on number 3, Isabel Tunison. That is her second team foul. And Barrett at the line to shoot the N1 as she scores the bucket. And the Valkyries lead. Free throw up, no good. Madison Chapius right there, kicks it out to Gunlock. So Chapius hustling. Over to Martins, left side, saved. And Fisher comes up with a loose ball as Martins almost loses it out of bounds. Tunison will give it up to Gravier. Gravier guarded by Martins. Crossover. Kicks underneath. Kicked by Chapius. It'll be Troy basketball. And Jort and Gambala will replace Barrett and Nadeau for Bigfork. Folkers underneath, feeds it up, gets the rebound. Off the miss by Fisher, and Folkers puts it in for 2 for Troy. 52-6, 3:25 to go on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Jort in the corner, Chapius. Underneath Gambala. Gambala kicks it out to Jort. Jort looking underneath. Left side, Martins. Martins out
Gives it to Gunlock. Gunlock puts it up off the rim, no good. Gambala right there off the rebound, no good. Gunlock picks it up and gets fouled as she puts it up with the left hand off the miss by Gambala. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2. First shot up, in and out by Gunlock. And Martins will take a break, and Annika Ransom will come in the ball game for the Valkyries. Second shot up is good by Brayden Gunlock. Tunison will give it back to Gravier for Troy with 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. Gravier tries right side. Feed underneath Tunison. Tunison's shot a little bit strong. Right there is Ransom with the basketball. So give it over to Gunlock. Gunlock will give it up to Jort. Jort across the timeline, top of the key. Over to Ransom, right wing. Back to Jort. Gunlock underneath. Gambala. Oh, looking to find Chapia's baseline. And the pass goes out of bounds from Gambala. Meant for Chapia's. Gunlock will come out of the ball game. And looks like Barrett is back in for the Valkyries. Gravier. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Feeds it. Stolen away by Jort. Jort quickly up to Barrett. Barrett off the glass for 2 for Emma Barrett. And Gravier for Troy across the timeline. Guarded by Jort. Screen set there. Loses it. Chapia comes up with a loose ball. He's got Jort on the run. She saves it from going out of bounds. Gets it up to Barrett. Barrett looking. Drives baseline. And she'll bring it out to the top of the key to set it up. This is Emma Barrett. Out near half court. Barrett will set it up with 1:05 to go here in the third quarter. Jort left wing underneath Chapias. Chapias looking. Underneath finds him Gambala. Gambala over to Ransom. Ransom will get it out to Barrett. Jort left wing. Shot in the way. It's for 3. It's good by Ellie Jort. And the Valkyries lead 58-6 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Gravier across the timeline. Knocked away. Folkert comes up with it. Tunison trying to drive baseline. Chapias right there. And Chapias will get whistled for the personal. And under 30 seconds counting. That is Chapias' check that first team foul on the Valkyries here in the second half. Under 20 seconds to go. Folkers gets it into Tunison. Tunison looking. Gets it over to Folkers, right wing. Stolen away by Barrett with 13 seconds to go. Feeding to Jort. Jort up. And Jort gets pushed. And it'll be Bigfork basketball. And the foul's number 15, Leslie Gravier. That's her fourth team foul, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. So, 3 quarters complete here in Troy, Montana. Nadeau, Ayers, and Wade will come in for Bigfork. On your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard, the Valkyries lead 58-6. And I'll be back with the completion of this ball game from Troy, Montana. Back here in Troy, it'll be Bigfork basketball to start the fourth quarter as they lead 58-6. Ransom will inbound to Wade. Wade will get it over to Ayers. Underneath, knocked away by Folkerts. Ayers comes back up with it. Wade will give it over to Ransom, right side. Back, Kenny Wade, top of the key. Ayers looking underneath, backside. Ransom, three-point shot, no. She gives it up to Nadeau. Nadeau drives baseline off the glass, gets her own rebound, and gets fouled as he tries to go back up. And the foul's on number 1, Autumn Fisher. And that has her third 15 foul on the Lady Trojans. And Nadeau to the line to shoot 2. First shot up, rim, glass, drops for Nadeau. And she'll get one more as the clock continues to run here. Second shot by Nadeau is good, so she makes them both 60-6. And Tunison will bring it up the court for the Lady Trojans. Guarded by Wade, so over to Folkerts, right side. Give it up to Pallister, back to Tunison. Over to Folkerts, right wing. Back to Tunison. Tunison looking, Folkerts, right wing. Guarded by Gambala. And she'll throw it away. Intended for Pallister. It'll be Bigfork basketball with 6:40 and counting. Valkyries up 60-6 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Wade will give it over to Ayers, left wing. Wade, top of the key. Over to Ranson. Wade, underneath, gives it up to Gambala. Gambala kicks it out to Ayers. Ayers, Kenny Wade, three-point shot, top of the key by Kenny Wade. No good, but Ayers right there with a rebound for Bigfork. Back out to Wade, right side. Goes to Ranson, underneath. Gambala, left hand, off the glass. Scores it on the layup by Callie Gambala. And Tunison to bring it up for Troy. And swings it over to Pallister to Tunison. Tunison top of the key looking to drive. Rolls it up. She's going to go to the free throw line on the drive as she cuts through the lane. And the foul's going to be on Gambala, her second. Second team foul, and Tunison to the line to shoot 2. First shot up, off the glass, and scores it for 2. Zoe Albert back in for the Valkyries, replacing Nadeau. And J. Lee Leidy in the ball game, replacing Fisher. About 5 minutes to go in this one. Tunison's second shot up, in and out, no good. And off of Troy, out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball. Under 5 minutes to go, 62-7 under Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Wade brings it up, gets it over to Ransom. Back to Wade, right side. Zoe Albert. Wade, top of the key. Swings it over to Ransom. In the right corner, Ayers, three-point shot on the way out the rim, no good. Rebounded and tied up. Albert ties up Borgman, and the arrow points towards Troy. And Gravier will come back in the lineup, replacing Borgman for the Lady Trojans. 4:22 and counting, 62-7 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Gravier with the basketball for Troy. Gravier stolen away by Wade. Anticipating that pass. Wade top of the key. She'll give it over to Ranson. Ranson right wing back to Wade. Over to Zoe Albert underneath. Feeds up Gambala. Zoe Albert back to Wade. Top of the key for Ranson. Three-point shot from the right wing is good by Annika Ranson for the Valkyries. And Tunison will leave it for Gravier. Gravier tries right side. Gives it up to Folkerts. Backed out to Pallister. Top of the key. She'll give it back out to Gravier. Gravier driving left side. He's it underneath the Pallister. Folkerts comes up with it, throws it up, misses everything, and it'll remain Troy basketball off of Ranson out of bounds. And Folkerts will inbound for the Lady Trojans. Gets it underneath Pallister off the glass. Too hard. Wide open for the layup, and Ranson comes up, gives it up to Wade. Wade will top of the key. Albert in the corner. Gambala, baseline drive off the glass with the left hand is good by Callie Gambala. Valkyries up by 60, 67-7 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Gravier with the basketball. Under 3 minutes to go. Gravier driving right side. Kicks it out to Tunison. Tunison looking to give it to Gravier. Gravier looking. Gets it up to Pallister. Pallister top of the key. Guarded there by Ayers. Back to Gravier. Revere trying to drive right side. Up, under, off the glass, and good. Bigfork tried not to commit a foul there. And Wade will give it over to Albert. Back to Wade, top of the key. Annika Ranson looking underneath. Wade, top of the key. Zoe Albert on the left side, underneath. Ayers, Gambala, nice pass there by Ayers, and Gambala drops it inside the free throw line for 2. Revere, 2 minutes to go here in Troy, Montana. Valkyries up 69-9 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Out of bounds off of Troy, and coming in the ball game, it'll be number 22, Courtney Rogers for the Lady Trojans. Wade brings it across the timeline, gives it over Albert. Back to Wade, top of the key. Ranson, back to Wade. In the corner, Ayers finds Wade, top of the key. 3-point shot by Wade, in and out, no good. Rebounded there by Ranson underneath the Ayers. Ayers off the glass, misses it. And Folkerts comes up. With the rebound for Troy. Revere looking to drive. He's underneath. Folkerts 3-point shot. In and out. Rebounded there by Zoe Albert. Quickly up. She gives it up to Gambala. Gambala tries to save it. Saves it inbound to Ranson. Ranson looking off the glass to the right side. Annika Ranson scores 2 for the Valkyries. Under a minute to go. About 55 seconds. The Valkyries lead 71-9 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Revere, Folkerts over to Leidy. Back out to Folkerts. 3-point shot, no good. Gambala with a rebound for Bigfork. She'll give it up to Ayers. Back to Ranson. Ranson across the timeline. Over to Albert. Albert looking. Gives it up to Wade. Left wing to Ranson. Zoe Albert from the right wing. Wade, 3-point shot on the way. In and out, no good, but right there is Ranson off the glass. Drops it for 2 for Bigfork. Under 20 seconds to go. Here, and knocked away by Bigfork. Wade gives it up to Ayers underneath. Albert off the glass for 2. And a nice pass by Bigfork. 3-point shot right at the buzzer. And that's your final here. 75-9 on your Flathead Lakes Lodge scoreboard. And I'll be back with your full game stats and an interview from the coach here on the post-game show. So stick around.
Well, welcome back to Troy. Post-game brought to you by Flathead Lake Lodge. Averil's Flathead Lake Lodge, where they proudly supported Bigfork Athletics since 1945. For Troy, 9 total. Folkerts and Gravier leading the way with 4 apiece. Tunison with 1. They scored 4 in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, so not a match for the Valkyries. And take a look at Bigfork. $15 for Emma and $22 for Gunlock. 9 for Annika Ranson, 6 for Callie Martins. Callie Gambala with 6 as well. 5 for Scout Nadeau, 7 for Zoe Albert, and 5 for Ellie Jort. Yeah, we'll bring in here Brayden Gunlock, the leading scorer today. And get that thing ready for you. Tell me when you can hear me.
I can hear you.
So, post game, Brayden. You had a big first half, 19 in the first half. Didn't play as much in the second half, but came out. What was the difference? I mean, you had 11 in the first and then 8 in the second. A little score in the second half, scored 22 overall. What was your game plan? I mean, it looked like he made a few steals and were able to really break away for the Valkyries today.
Yeah, we just wanted to start off fast, get a quick lead, and just get over with.
Well, yeah, it's kind of tough. I was talking to the coach, your mom, obviously, before, talking about playing against teams like this, keeping that level up and keep pushing yourself. But overall, I mean, guys had a really, really good ball game, and I thought you executed a lot of things, played good defense, rebounded, and then what I like about what things you did as well, you never assume the ball is going in the hole on a layup. You're always there, it seems to me when I watched, to pick it up in case it gets missed, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, just always I don't know, whenever they shoot, I always go in just expecting a miss, and sometimes they go in, but
that's good. That's a good thing to have. You know, you're ready, always prepared for that. Never assume it's going in the bucket. And so, great job. So, great ball game by you. 22 points. I don't know how many rebounds or assists you had, but you guys played really well. I'll let you go. I'll talk to your mom, the coach, and Emma. But I appreciate so we can get ready for the boys' game. So I don't want to go over it like I did last time. So thanks, Brayden, as always.
You.
Nice job and nice game today. So either the coach or I'll talk to head coach Courtney Gunlock, then I'll talk to the senior Barrett. So Brayden had 22 tonight. Really led your way, had 19 in the first half alone, leading your way. So a great win. You know, I talked about getting things done. Barrett had 15, so we know where we're at with that. And she had a good ball game as well. But Brayden, really, you know, teammates set her up, but she made a lot of steals and was able to drive that. Talk about the team and what they did, really shutting down Troy today.
Yeah, one of our biggest focuses was to communicate on defense, make sure we were letting each other know where the cutters were, where the screens were, and I thought they did a good job communicating. And I thought they did a really good job being patient on offense and really trying to move the ball and looking for some good open shots. And
a lot of kids got the score. Zoe had 7, 6 for both Gambala and Martins, 9 by Ranson. Nadeau only had 5, 7 by Zoe, 5 by Ellie, who came off the bench. But Emma and Brayden usually leading the way, 22 and then 15. So, a good, well-balanced scoring. So you'll be ready for Saturday when another conference game as you take on Plains, the Trotters.
Right, yeah. And Plains is they're going to be a little tougher, honestly. They got a couple real big posts that are real physical, so we definitely got to play good defense and block out on them.
So no JV game on Saturday,
No.
but varsity, so you have to really focus
Right.
on senior night.
Right.
For not for the basketball players this time, but
in that game and not look ahead to Polson or Thompson Falls. So great job as always. You guys really hustled and played well and got out and ran, and that's fun to see. So
Yeah.
nice job, Coach.
Thank you.
You bet. All right, I'll bring in Emma Barrett, the senior. And Emma, nice
Hello.
job tonight.
Thanks.
Yeah. You had 15. Brayden led the way with 22, but she got off to a quick start, 19 in the first half alone. But that really got you going, and then you put up 15. Talk about what you had to do and what in this ball game, trying to play against a team that is not as talented as you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously know that every time we play Troy, that's kind of what we're going to get. So we just really wanted to focus on keeping our energy up and not playing to the level of them, and just keeping the same basketball that we play while still playing classy and, still being good sports about it.
Yeah, 75-9, not a big score. So, close game. I would say, which you held them single digits, and you guys did your job today. Well, I'll let you go as I get ready for the Vikings taking on the Trojans. But I appreciate you joining me on post game, and we'll see you Saturday as you guys take on the Trotters of Plains High School at another conference game.
Yeah.
3 more games to wrap up the regular season and get things done. Let's go Vals.
Yeah, let's go Vals.
All right, Emma Barrett joined me in the post game as well. And I got you ready for the boys game. The Vikings getting ready to take on Troy. And the Trojans here wrap things up in Valkyrie action, the final, 75-9 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. That'll wrap up things in the girls. I'll be back here momentarily with the Vikings taking on the Trojans.